Kings and Queens, the City of Gold. I'm going to tell you where to find the City of Gold. Yeah, right, of course you will. Actually will. So, here we go. What you need to understand is this place that we live is in layers, right? Layers. What you will find, in fact, I'm just going to tell you about it. Kings make the skin. The answers are in the word because the word is derived from the meaning within. The word is not the end of the journey, right, of understanding. It is part of the journey of your own understanding. Words are tools, right? We use words, worlds use us. Right, so the kings make the skin, the uniform, right, on the outside. The queens, when you think about the Q, right, you think about the intelligence, right? That's why they call it Mother Earth, right? It's the core, the layer, right? So the queens of the intelligence, and there's a strategic sort of battle between the outside and the inside to own the middle ground, right? Right. So the technology, the uniform, biology. And what you'll find when you get smaller, that's why they call them microchips, right? When you get smaller and you get into the layers, I'm not going to do an upside down pyramid, alright, I'm not that far. What you will find, this is why the insects, and you keep digging down, things get smaller. That's why when you go up, you get bigger. So kings are the biology of one layer, the queens are the technology of another layer, right? And when they met, because they didn't, right? And producing another. Now what happens is when you remove layers, in a minute you'll go, oh, that's why it said that, yeah, right, okay. When you remove layers, this is why in the stories, right, I think we call them stories, right, multi-story, right, so the stories of the City of Gold. And this is one of the fears, right, of revealing the layers, because when you get down to the last layer, like the last page of the book, then that book's finished. Right? And this is one of the reasons why this is going to be my last video for some time, because I've given you enough answers for you to be able to sort of work around them when these people finally pay attention. Then if I'm still around, we'll maybe have some more conversations. So this is going to be my last sort of like explanation video for a while. So the layers, the City of Gold is held within one of the atmospheres, right? One of the stories. You look outside with this a story, then there's another story. We call them layers, the stratospheres, and the answers to what these layers are within the names that we've derived and the descriptions that we use. Yeah, descriptions of the script. The City of Gold is within one of the layers that was, as they've dug down, and we used to live up there, right? When they've dug down, and discovered the city of gold, and then they've kept digging, and they've kept digging, right? And it's the layers and it's the repeated pattern. So the city of gold is what we call the sun. So as we, this is one of these, it's quite important really, right? Quite important, understatement, that we stop quarrying. Quarrying is a word for going to war, right? With Q, with the Queen. Right? And digging down into more layers and taking without permission the materials of the earth, of the ground, of this another layer. Right? Give them an inch, they'll take a mile. You know. And as more has been learnt from each layer and dug down, and then sort of dug down so far that it sort of comes in, it implodes and it's insects and things, and then it's a repeated pattern. Because stop cutting down trees and stop quarrying. Right? The reasons why are that if you quarry, you're just going to dig down without permission, right? And it's going to sort of implode, and it's going to be another layer, right? And if you keep cutting down the trees, you're going to have nowhere to climb to get away from what's coming. You know? This is why the story of the high story, right? The story from above, from the layer before. It says that we evolved from the trees. We moved into the trees and gave up the ground, right? Because it was safer. So unless you want to be going back in the trees, find that there's no trees because you've cut them all down, and you've quarried. Starting to sort of make sense. Yeah. So the technology of the core, right, the brain, the intelligence, which made skins, because Simon says, remember these games that we play as children, right? Sims, right? On Sims. We, and this layer being part avatar. It's different words to use, but I've grown up using this language, and as I discover the languages underneath language, you still have to use this language as a middle language to bridge the understanding. And the more technology that you exposed to, the more that you lose what you were before, and it becomes something different, right? And that's where we're heading towards. Technology, biology, bridge, the wall. So yeah, the City of Gold, and these are sort of, when you understand the bigger, right, of the sort of code and how it's written, because it's there to be understood. There's a question, there's an answer. Yeah. So there's enough information in there, and there's enough information in the videos. There's a massive information in the poetry that I produced before I even reached another level of awareness myself. And I look at my poetry and I look at the things I've written before, and I think, ooh, I already knew, though I wasn't aware, right? So there's a difference between having the answer and knowing you got the answer, and having the answer and not knowing you got the answer, and yeah, it's about learning. You know, have a life to learn and adapt. If all you do is dominate, you will be dominated, right? If all you do is, you know, give, you will find the people who will take. You want to walk, it takes left and right. It takes up and down. Right. And the upper side. Right. Maybe one step too far there. So yeah. The uniform, the intelligence, the city of gold we know as the sun. There you go.